Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you what we do with the milk once we milk mama. In the previous video I showed you how we milk a goat, and it also applies to cows as well. It's a very straightforward process. This is the container that we use to put the milk in, and as you can see we have quite a bit just from the morning's milking. Like I said, we milk her twice a day. In the morning I usually get the majority, and then in the evening I will get a little bit more, but not as much, and she's producing about 1.5 liters a day thus far. So there's a lot of ways you can take raw milk and filter it out, but I find some ways better than not, and I like to just get straight to the point and filter out the big stuff. I've seen people out there that use coffee filters, that they use tea bags or whatever it might be. I like to use a simple cheesecloth, and what I do is I just fold it in half, and then I put it on top, and I make a little indent in the jar. Now, one thing I want to talk about is where you store your milk. So that's a little dip that I put in there, and so when I do fill it up, once I see it pooling over here, I know I'm almost at the top, so that's why I put that in there. One thing I'd like to say is make sure you store your raw milk in glass containers. We found by trial and error, and then we also got told by some of the locals that it's better to keep them in glass jars rather than plastic containers or anything else. And we have actually found it really almost doubles the amount of time that the raw milk is good for. So that gives it a chance to sit around and collect so that Kimberly can make either butter or cheese, which she did, so keep a lookout for that video. But basically I like to just make that imprint in there, and then I will just pour this down into the jar. Alright, so I just finished emptying the pot, and as you can see I got about 1.5 jars in here, and each jar is about 500 mils, and which will equal 750 altogether. So that's about, and I'll get about the same, maybe a little less in the evening, and that'll be what I get for the daily run, and you obviously do it twice a day. Now the question remains out there is it healthy to drink raw milk? And my answer to that is yes. We've come a long way from where we used to be in civilization to nowadays with drinking what they call as milk, or what I like to call as chalk water. And the reason that the hysteria is out there that the raw milk is not good is that the FDA and the CDC say that there is bacteria in the milk itself. And that is true. There could be a little bit of bacteria. However, that's why also, if you saw in the previous video, I squirted out the first little bit of milk just to clean out the teats of the goat so that there is no bacteria sitting there. Now, there's been a study done by Dr. Ted Burns, I believe, or Beals. I'll leave a link in the description below. However, he did a study, and he found that we are 35,000 times more likely to get sick from other foods than raw milk. And the problem is nowadays people are becoming very lactose intolerant, or whatever they want to call when they drink milk. However, the process of pasteurization is not the greatest thing out there. Yes, they do tell you it kills bad bacteria, but what they don't tell you that it kills all the good bacteria in there as well. They basically take the raw milk like this, and they will heat it up to a very hot temperature that kills basically everything in there. And it removes all the minerals and the antioxidants and vitamins that are in there, and then they add it back with flavoring. So I'm going to show you that yes, it's good, and to taste raw milk is actually absolutely phenomenal. Now they tell you that the milk does the body good, and yes, absolutely, but it has to be raw milk, real milk, not chalk water like they sell in the stores nowadays. And they demonize people drinking raw milk because there is so many health benefits to it. The benefits actually outweigh the cons like 100-fold, just like many things in life. But it also does other things to your immune system and to your body. So one thing it does is it reduces allergies because of the vitamins and minerals and what's contained in raw milk. It also helps improve skin health. So one thing that you can do with raw milk or cow's milk, and we're going to start that process very shortly as well, is making raw goat milk soap. It's a huge fad out there in the natural industry, and it's not very promoted, but it's actually absolutely great for skincare. And I also know people who wash their hair, not males, but females, that wash their hair or used to wash their hair in raw milk, and they used to have just like amazing hair. Also, because it has so many nutrients in it, it prevents nutrient deficiencies that you would get from the other milk that you would drink as well. And the fourth thing that I really like about raw milk is that it's great for making any probiotic food. So if you're making like a kefir, a yogurt, anything like that, it's great for that because it's already got the probiotics in there to begin with. One thing that I know, actually one of the individuals up in our area here, he cannot drink the milk bought from a store because there are no enzymes and there is no good probiotics in there. So the store-bought milk actually makes them sick. So we've actually taken some of this milk to this individual, and he's actually enjoyed it, and it's been a while since he's had milk, so it was nice to provide that delicacy to this person, and there'll be more to come as well. And another thing that I personally love about drinking raw milk is that it's sweet without the sugar. Raw milk, I'm telling you right now, is going to be the best thing that you ever taste. The rich creaminess to it, depending on your goat, first off, how much fat that they produce and how much cream, is actually phenomenal on the palate. But when you sip it and you get that quench of thirst from the sugars that are in here, it's beyond anything that you can buy. So if you add a little cocoa in here and you heat it up a little bit, you probably got a really great hot chocolate, and it's actually going to be healthy for you instead of that sugar infused nonsense that they're selling in the grocery stores nowadays. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you'll learn something, and I'll see you on the next one.